Alright, testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. We should be good and live now. Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamac. This is a congested Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. We haven't quite gotten inside yet. I was actually planning on doing a small little temporary stream just to do the Ether Current collections, and yet I never got around to it. I thought today was a Tuesday, I thought today would be Tuesday, not Thursday. Anyway, we're back. Quick recap. These guys wanted to kill Wuklamart because it would destabilize the continent, but then she saved one of their guys, so they can't really complain about her. We've lost one of our keystones, but we will be able to get it back should we catch the guy who stole it from us. Oh boy. I need to remind myself on names now. You can't really re-figure things out, can you? Gulu Jaja is the dad, right? So Baku Jaja is the competitor, and Garuja, I think, is his son. We go with the whatever. Anyway, we want to do party. Let's head straight into Walkor Zormor. Unfortunately, Wuklamart isn't smart enough to multi-class, so she just pretends to be a DPS when she's actually being a warrior. Alizé, however, as a red mage, is capable of playing as a healer instead of as a magic DPS, which is kinda cool. So the only person here that's playing their actual class is Kryl, go figure. Oh, I also gave myself a new new portrait. I think it's funny. Royal Guard on, please.
I'll handle the heat.
I'm not sure whether I'd trust her to heal properly as a red mage though. Oh joy, sprites. I think I'm going to try pulling full. I'm going to try pulling wall to wall and see if Elizé can keep up. I have my doubts, but who knows? Maybe we can do it. Darn it, I hit the wrong guy with low blow. Oh well. Oh fuck. Don't harass the healer. Yeah, this honestly isn't that impressive of an enemy encounter, is it? I think I will have to start doing mass pulls just so we get through this faster. Travelers on the mountain! How delightful! Please do stay and play a while! Ooh, yeah, that's chilly. Come to me, Snookin! Join in the fun! Oh, this one is sneaky. Wait for it. Now! Freeze! You have to swap sides. It froze its friends. They've stopped moving! So this is a cheeky way to break the usual telegraph rules. Oh, but this is a bit mean. At least they gave us telegraphs on it. Big ones, the little ones, the whole family is here. More snowballs, because why not? There better not be any more of those. I feel chilled to the bone.
Now I'll show you. Try this. Hold still.
Oh hey, it's Zoraljar! You've caught up. Seems I've spent toying too much with my prey. Huh? That was unintended. You'll have to find another path. Think of it as an added test of your resourcefulness. This won't stop us! What is it about this expansion having these routes that someone else knocks down before you can cross? I don't get it. I'm sure the Grand Company will love all of these pieces of junk that we're picking up. Alright, second boss time. Cardaria. This is the bird. Yeah, it's the bird that attacked the giants earlier, as they just said. So this one is a sneaky mechanic. The areas that it lands attacks become crystallized, and then that becomes a mechanic that you have to work around alongside with everything else. The spell came from the crystals! What kind of bird can do that?
This should do it!
Okay, gaze mechanic. I think I may have squandered my ammo charges though. Yep, I did. Darn it. Uh-oh. Cryo, why? Heh, that was barely a challenge. I remember these rotten guys from Final Fantasy XIII. Oh, they were the worst.
the Dawn servant. Prepare to be tested.
I presume that this means that we're allowed to beat you up the keystone because we were told that we'd get disqualified without doing so. So that's the High Luminary. He's huge. If it's a fight he wants, let's give it to him.
Prove you are worthy to rule.
Feel the weight of history carved in stone.
Chronicles of it. Recount the fury of erupting peaks.
This is just flat out the Titan Savage mechanic. Well, not even Savage, it's just Titan. He dropped a volcano on us.
Chronicles of it. Retell the horror of roiling waters. I will take the measure of your resolve. Implacable strength of the mountain, be mine!
And now we have to collect these orbs before they reach him. Scheisenheimer! He got 3 orbs, that's not ideal.
Your thunder roars!
I don't like how much of a dent it put into everyone that wasn't me.
You're my fury.
Now he's doing a new stonework. Stonework of Wind.
Chronicles of it. Recall the cruelty of merciless storms.
And now we have to dodge around these windstorms because of course we do. Always be casting. Whoosh! Heaving Haymaker? Uh-oh. Oh good, I thought there was a tank buster I wasn't armored up for yet.
Try this!
Who's ready for another windstorm? Well, as long as he's happy with our progress.
Very good, Claimant. Once more, I name myself Gur-Fulur, High Luminary to my people, and chosen Elector of the Dawn Servant.
You're much bigger than the others in the village.
You don't have much in the way of tact, do you, Wooglamart?
All Yokui were once my equal in size, but ever since we were decimated by disease, it is rare to see a child reach our former stature.
You speak of the contagion which afflicted the Shaktural expedition, the one recorded in your murals.
It is a chapter of our history that is entangled with the legend of the Golden City.
I've heard that legend originated with the Yokui. Is this true?
With the visions our ancestors had, to be precise. Preceding the campaign into Shaktural, many were visited by dreams of glittering splendor. They described a paradise that knew neither war nor famine, where people lived lives of eternal happiness.
It's probably heavily exaggerated.
A single dreamer might have been dismissed, but when dozens, if not hundreds, spoke the same, the luminaries became convinced it was divine revelation.
Then the expedition.
Its purpose was to find the City of Gold. Yes, help was marshaled from all the territories under our control. Lands were scoured on a massive scale.
Ah, little wonder the legend is so similar across Tural. Those involved with the search would have passed the stories down to their children.
Sorry, we got here first.
Another claimant, I see. I will test your worth, as I have tested those who came before you.
Here and now, I think he means.
After climbing all those steps, they have to get into a fight with him. I feel bad if not for the fact that we had to go through the exact same. Oh, but it's Orionje who's exhausted.
Well fought, Second Promise. For you and your sister's success in performing the feat of proof.
3 to go.
How glorious it would have been to race thee and thine to the summit. Though mayhap not whilst being hounded by Bakul Jaja and his minions.
Again, that swine shows his disdain for the right.
Strangely, despite his eagerness to antagonize us, he withdrew as soon as we fought back in earnest. I cannot fathom what he was trying to achieve. On a similar note, I'm also curious as to why you chose the peak of Warkor Zormor for the conclusion of this feat. The earlier stages saw us learn the history of the Yokui. Does this location also hold some special meaning for your people?
Yes, it is a place of great significance.
All these monuments. Is this a burial ground?
Every high luminary before me is enshrined in this earth. Alongside them are the heroes who bravely stood their ground when Valigarmanda brought ruin to Urkopacha 8 decades past.
That explains why there are so many.
Zorolja, I should have known you'd arrive here first.
He did collapse the easiest path after all.
Third promise. How relieved I am to find you in good health.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Zorolja, you bastard! I should end you here and now!
Didn't you hear me? I said it's not worth it.
Remember where you are. You will mind your conduct, or you will leave.
Right. Sorry.
It is sacred ground.
I see no reason to delay further. Show me my father's sepulchre.
Papa has a grave?
Upon this monument are inscribed the names of those who sealed away the monstrous Valigarbanda, your fathers included.
Gulul Jaja, Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace.
Look at this one. Kettenram, Navigator of Uncharted Oceans.
Kettenrun, the Laminsan explorer. Does this mean he joined Gulul Jaja on his travels?
It's easy to forget that he's supposed to be a thing.
Kafkiwa, Seeker of the Unknown. How strange to see your name here.
It was unheard of to build living sepulchres for those who were not Yokui. But their great deed demanded recognition.
Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace? Papa really did some amazing things.
He carved his path with martial skill.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to trap Valigarmanda within its own ice magics.
Those two are just bragging each other's better heart. I don't know.
Martial skill and clever thinking. I can't compete with Zorolja's mastery of the Head of Resolve's techniques. And when it comes to knowledge, Kona's the one who most takes after the Head of Reason. Is there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do better than the others?
You need to stop measuring yourself up against your brothers, but also there is an answer to that question. You have his love for peace.
Of course. Papa's love for peace, for his people. That is what he's given me. And I'm fighting to preserve the peaceful Tural he built. What in the hells was that?
You must return to Warlar's Echo immediately. Valigarmanda has broken free.
Hooray!
I
Wait.
presume that was about the unholy sound?
Valigarmanda is free.
We need to get back there, now!
Oh wait, that's supposed to be bad, isn't it?
How fortuitous. We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rivals.
Where is it? Where's the dragon? I want to beat it up. Good, you're back. There is much I would explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate a sudden surge in ether, there were already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone is preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray catch your breath, then lend a hand where you can. Oh, but I'm not a healer class. You can now enter Walk Zorma with a party of NPC avatars. Alfno would enlist your aid in checking in on the injured Yokhui. If you are ready, there are many injured here who need aid. Should you find anyone passed out from their wounds, I ask that you alert me to them. Otherwise I shall be tending to whomever requires the most urgent healing. We can gather here once we've seen to these people's hurts. You, the third promise's protector. Everything was bathed in bright red. A searing heat enveloped my entire body. I couldn't move. The next closest is that away. Actually, do you have anything to say? Uyanje says fire ether pervades the entire village. What could have happened here? Many of the villages sustained burns, but the fire found no purchase in these stone buildings. a small mercy. Ugh. Everything burns. The touch of cloth is agony. Yet I will live. Leave me, there are others in more dire need of help. My wounds are nothing serious, but this dryness in my throat. It's as if all the moisture has left my body. Well, it's not like Ibuki can do much. Her healing spell isn't going to revive anyone. Or cure their burns or whatever. I've done all I can for now. The injured you found were awake and alert then? That is well. We've left the injured as comfortable as we could. Many were suffering from burns to greater or lesser degree. Did a fire sweep through the village? The details are unclear. Once I'd healed the giant attacked by that mountain bird, the group's leader, Vorlorpo, I believe they call him, bade me depart. It was then that I felt an intense wave of ether and returned to find Warlord's echo in this state. I rushed over to the first giant I saw. Though delirious with pain, he repeated the same warning. Valia Armanda had broken free. Thus did I contact you with all haste. Well, we're going to need more information than that before we can deal with this situation. Yes, we should speak with the temple guard and see what's become of the Sky Ruins prison. Whatever answers exist await us inside the temple. I would be glad to learn that this was also a misunderstanding. A futile hope by the looks of things. The High Luminary will have returned by now. Hopefully he's found out more than we have. They did say the prison was beginning to fail, but I felt certain it would hold for another few years at least. Was I mistaken? We need to find out what exactly is going on. The High Luminary grants you entry and awaits you within.
What happened?
They turned up the reverb.
So it's true. The ice has failed.
Surmurwar, tell them what you told me.
A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit.
No thanks, I don't need to listen. I can just watch your past with the echo.
Who enters this hallowed hall? Ah, a claimant.
Oh. And here we have the mighty Valigarmanda.
A terrifying Vitral. With every awakening, It has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
Explain yourself.
It is as they say. Kulul Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it, it would be quite tricky. 2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul. The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Bakul Jaja.
You mustn't!
But I already have. Rise and rage, little terror. I might have overdone the fire a bit.
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
For the throne, of course.
You unleash calamity for your own gain? Have you any idea how many may die?
Wreak havoc, Valigarmanda. Live up to your legend.
A messenger to Tuli Yolol has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent, I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
Idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him.
I think you've given him a bit too high standards, I think.
So, what's the plan?
I'm gonna go kill a dragon. What else?
If we leave the withdrawal to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Valigarmanda. This is an enemy so powerful that even my father failed to slay it. Alone, I don't stand a chance. I understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the right of succession,
Yes, but you see, I really want to fight the giant feathered dragon.
But for the sake of Urkopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
As if you had to ask.
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it. Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
And what will we do?
One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
But you already went after your sister before, so you've shown that you're willing to do the right thing even if it'll cost you the contest.
If you're resolved to slay Valikarmanta, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
Inform the Belu of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
So, Erenville, any ideas on how we can track Valiarmanda? The tried and true method of comparing sightings with other signs of passage is the most reliable, but also the most time-consuming. There is a second option, not as reliable as the first, but if we're lucky, it will let us ascertain the Skyrune's whereabouts far more quickly. Through a Tural vigil of extraordinary nature, Valiarmanda is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, it is thus sustained by corporeal energy and possesses a unique ethereal balance, which means this device should come in handy. It's the wind-up cursor. A floating hand? Now's not the time to be playing with toys. This is no toy, it's an ether seeker. As the name suggests, gleaners use it to detect the ether of living beings. And you've had that in your pack this whole time? I can calibrate it to follow a specific ethereal aspect. The problem with Valiarmanda, however, is that it can freely shift between elements of fire, ice, or lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Valiarmanda from its icy imprisonment, Bakul Jaja cast spells which quickened its fire-aspected ether, and the residents here were uniformly afflicted with burns. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that, upon breaking free, Valiarmanda unleashed a great fiery blast. Then the choice is plain: fire. The Seeker, however, is not without its faults. As we were not able to input our quarry's unique etheric signature in advance, the device will respond to any living source of fire-aspected ether. Well, I mean, how many fire ethers could there be in the area? So we have the reliable yet slow method of information gathering versus the potentially quick but easily misled Gleaner tool. I say, why not pursue both methods at the same time? Good idea. We'll have the first to fall back on if the second fails. You'll travel with me then, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. The rest of us can stay behind and talk to eyewitnesses. The more Sky Ruin sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. If no one has any objections, I shall remain here in the village and tend to the Yokwi. Very few are seriously injured, but I am wary of wounds inflicted by a creature like Varlamanda. I should like to be close at hand should their condition suddenly worsen. Right, it sounds like we all have work to do. We should be on our way as well. Erinville is ready to send his ether-seeking device in pursuit of Valamanda. We'll head to the outskirts of the village first, then set the Seeker to detect fire-aspected ether. It looks like we might very well get our final level 100 level up this stream at the very least. Potentially, but not likely from before we get to the trial. Plausibly from killing Valamanda, which would be probably the most epic way to reach level 100. Right, the Seeker is ready to go. Warlord's Echo is still suffused with Skyrune's residual ether, so I've excluded it from the search area to prevent from swamping the sensors. Let's begin tracking, shall we? Affirmative. Tracking nearest source of fire-aspected ether. At least this isn't a stealth mission where we have to hide behind rocks whenever it turns around. That would just be silly. But it is one of those ones where it moves faster than your walk speed but slower than your run speed. Source of fire, inspected ether located, tracking disengaged. Valamanda looks a lot smaller than I thought it would be. Not quite the legendary creature we were after. Oh, would you mind dealing with that fire sprite? It will continue to confuse the Seeker if we leave it be. That doesn't look like a safe way to hold your weapon, Ibuki. Oh, that's rude. These guys are immune to silence. Or rather, they're not immune, but you can't silence their fire spells. A necessary measure, I'm afraid. Let's try this again. Affirmative, tracking nearest source of fire-aspected ether. Remember when we first introduced this mechanic in the main scenario and we had to follow Alizé all the way to her house? Where she spends half the time walking before getting bored and then running the rest of the distance? Ah, good times, good times. Source of fire aspected ether located, tracking disengaged. Okay, so Valeramanda put on a little bit of weight. You're just doing this to get on my nerves, aren't you? Yes, is it working? Frightening enough, but again, not what we were looking for. If you would be so kind. Sure, I'll go fight the monster made out of molten lava, why not? The molten Feebad, huh? It wasn't even worth my full combo. What a rotten letdown. My thanks. I'd ask if it gave you any trouble, but considering who I'm talking to. Seeker, resume tracking. Do try to point out something useful this time. Affirmative. Resuming tracking. Follow where the prescripts point us, right? Source of fire expected ether located, tracking disengaged. Another remnant of Valeramanda's last rampage. The crater's flames registered to the Seeker as corporeal ether. In the words of the Tuliolo saga, when Valeramanda rages out of control, its fire burns forever, its ice doesn't thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn Servant able to turn the Skyrune's perpetual magic against itself, trapping it within an unmelting prison of ice. This is no mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it is a strange feeling to see the fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living ether. We can feed a sample into the Seeker and greatly improve its accuracy. One moment. There. Now the Seeker should ignore any etheric signature but Valeramanda's. Had I realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought those creatures at all. My apologies, it seems I still have much to learn from this journey, as a cleaner and as a guide. Erinville is ready to resume tracking Valeramanda. This time, the Seeker should be attracted solely to Valeramanda's ether. Resume tracking based on the latest sample. Affirmative. Resuming tracking. Sample ethereal signature detected. Engaging accelerated pursuit mode. Oh hey, remember this yo? I guess they needed to give us a flying mount, a combat-based flying mount. It was the freaking dungeon boss for the dungeon that gave it to you. Go figure. Ibuki is a Zayla aura. I wonder if... I wasn't paying attention at the time, but maybe she did have some unique interactions on the Dawn steps? Hooray! More rocks! Good. The Seeker was directly drawn to Skyrune's fire. Now we know we've set the correct parameters for its ethereal aspect. We'll try increasing the threshold for etheric concentration. That should direct us to the Tural Vidral itself. Recalibrating sensors, resuming tracking! Why has it gotten dark? It's cloudy, okay. I think we'd have noticed if Valyramanda was inside this passage. Let's head through to the other side. I mean, he might be up on the walls, but that's definitely not what you meant. 1 hour in, but we should be good.
The trail ends here, it seems. Could Valyramanda have shifted its elemental aspect? It does have 3 to choose from, after all. In any case, I'm almost certain the Vidral was headed in the direction of Warkor Lardor. We should let the others know we have a likely location.
Alphino is assisting the Yokhoi with their evacuation. He thought they could use a healing hand with the injured.
So where is Valyramanda?
Warkor Lardor. Its stratified layers contain a wealth of crystals, said to be the source of its many-colored glow. After 80 years of imprisonment, the Vidral will be in dire need of sustenance. It would have been drawn to the mountain's energies.
So Valyramanda seeks to replenish its ether.
Then we'd better not give it the chance.
Stop!
is sacred ground. I forbid you to set foot on it.
Sorry, It is not our intention to trespass. But you must understand, that's where Valigarmanda has gone. If we don't slay it now, it will slaughter countless innocents. Just like in the old days, I beg you, permit us to enter.
Out of the question. Your band is incapable of defeating Valigarmanda. Either you seek to defile Warcore Lara Door, or you are fools.
It's definitely the second one.
If you doubt their chances, how would you feel were we to join them? The monument to Valigarmanda's defeat bears the names of 7 heroes. With our forces combined, we also number 7.
Seven weaklings are no less doomed than 4.
Zoralcha, you've come to help as well.
Against my sound advice. While the rest of you were tussling with this sky ruin, we might have secured an insurmountable lead.
If he'd known that, then he wouldn't have suggested that Bakul Jar Jar break it out, right?
A minor delay. It will not change the contest's outcome. I will take the measure of this Tural Vidral my father was unable to kill.
With both my brothers here, this battle is all but won.
Your celebration is premature. I never said I would let you pass.
Brother, no! We do not bear arms against our own people.
What an odd thing to say. As I recall, the inhabitants of Chir Wagur Sultan do not consider themselves members of the Tuliyolal nation. I'd hardly call them our own people.
What does that matter? Members or not, everyone in Tural is part of our dream for peace. If you would hurt them, then you'll have to go through me.
She saved me from the mountain bird. Now, then, the same eyes. Eyes of stone. Words of stone.
We are still in her debt. This is true. Consider the debt repaid. But do not misunderstand. We do not submit to Tuliolan rule.
I don't think Valigarmanda would care. It'd burn everyone just the same.
Aye, you've made your point. We can talk more once the contest is over.
I ask your name.
Wuklamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Even people with wildly different ideals can find understanding through earnest discussion. I believe that, wholeheartedly.
As do I. I won't give up until we reach a compromise.
Assuming you survive, my old bones and I will be waiting here for the true heir's return.
Your thoughts have always been a mystery to me, brother. But I'm relieved to see you put aside the contest for the sake of the greater good.
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built. The more that are lost or broken, the weaker Tuli Yolal becomes. Even the crudest rock has value as a stepping stone.
He just had to ruin the moment.
Come on, you two. Forget about the right of succession for now, and help me fight this overgrown snake bird. I don't care how strong the Sky Ruin may be. We're going to put this menace down for good.
During this quest, and when using duty support, you have the option to undertake this trial with a party of NPC companions. Some of these allies' roles will be different from those you are normally able to select. Oh, we nearly missed the Aether Current. Mine. I'd be kicking myself later if I missed this one. I knew Koana wouldn't be one to rush off and leave others to deal with a creature like Valiamanda. It hath been some days since I last joined thee in battle. Indeed, so full has our days been upon these shores, it does seem a lifetime hath passed. Valiamanda will still demand our undivided attention. Let's hope Zorojar has nothing sinister planned. I've never faced anything this powerful before, but I swear I won't hold you back. What is on your mind, brother? You and yours have journeyed to the edge of existence and back. I'm sure defeating this overgrown snake bird is well within your capabilities. Yet I bid you to be cautious all the same. Even Papa may not have been able to slay Valiamanda, but with the Dawn's promise and our allies all fighting together, I believe he can do just that. That the future Dawn servant should ignore my counsel to indulge a whim is vexing. We needn't speak. Form a party and enter Walkall door. We could do this with a trial roulette, but frankly, I think that it'd be better off if I saved that for as few times as possible on stream. Tural Vidral, Valiamanda. How did we get up on that precipice though? That just looks wrong though, having two gunbreakers. I don't see any staircase that we could have gotten up, so we've really just clambered up the side of this mountain range. So, Thancred and Ibuki are tanks, Urianger and Alizé are healers, Wukuma, Zoraljar, Koana and Kryl are DPS. Notably, Zoraljar is a Viper like his father. Also, I have to be the tank because if you're tank, then they assume that you want to main tank. Stay alive, no foolish risks. The danger. Okay, wind surrounds, gather in the center. Also, I can't voice her, but keep an eye on what Wukuma says during this fight because she's going to complain about the mechanics. That's a close range attack. That's the close range one. You won't catch me the same way twice. Okay, this one is a triangle attack. We have to get to the corners. Or maybe it's Alizé who complains about it. I don't know. It's things that I've read, not necessarily seen. Sky Ruin. He's gonna do a phase change now. Oh, and he's starting out with lightning. Thunderous Breath. It covers everywhere, but on certain tiles you can be hanging out in the air so you can avoid it. Very simple. Unless you're Urianger or Alizé, in which case you just got clocked. Hail of Feathers. Get off the high ground. Or else. Yeah, see? Damn it all, how could anyone see that coming? Now it's struck from our flanks. This is a twin tank buster, so we gotta be ready. So, an important part to this fight, we need to do something before we freeze to death. An avalanche approaches from the southeast. Do not get caught in that. Another avalanche. I don't blame you. Okay, these crystals you have to stand in the right corner to avoid. And now, Okay, this will be the DPS check. Ruin foretold. Guys! Yeah, this is probably something you want to come as a tank for, so if you're targeted by the party mechanic, then you can just hit your tank immunity because everyone runs off without you. To me, brace yourself for the worst. Damn it, I keep applying providing party protection, and then Tancred does the exact same thing and overwrites it. So, perpetual conflagration. Valeramanda's flames are slowly consuming you, causing damage over time and increasing damage taken. This effect will not expire until Valeramanada is defeated. He's doing the smash. And now he's doing the storm clouds again. Okay, Thunder Breath, so we have to go stand over here, up on a platform, and not being spiked by lightning. Let's be fair, Sariel Jar definitely wouldn't be spry enough to do all this nonsense. Of course, that doesn't change that he's a cowardly sneak. But he's old. Now it's ice weather again. Great. Meanwhile, Wuplamat ran straight into the boss's face so she could limit break it. Oh boy, this is never a pattern I like to see. On the upside, we do have one revive, so if we mess up a mechanic really badly, we can still get back up, but at 4, he's at 4% HP. I don't think we have to worry about it. Ooh, this one on the other hand. One more avalanche. Oh wait, no, he's gonna do the beak. A rumbling avalanche from the southeast. Ooh, and we got the Valigarmanda trading card from that. I never actually stopped to really look at this background, and it does look quite cool. All these colourful mountainsides. Vivan? Small wonder they call it the Sky Ruin. I expected more. And it is all fiery and icy on several of these steps, and we see sparks of electricity. No wonder Valigarmanda wanted to come here.
We did it. We slew Valigarmanda. A feat that even the great Gulul Chacha couldn't manage. For you, Papa!
There's no denying it was an impressive achievement, but I wouldn't be so quick to claim we've outdone Father. The Fidral was weakened by decades of imprisonment. Had we faced it in its prime, we wouldn't have fared a fraction as well.
And then the wandering minstrel is in the corner writing down notes for when he makes us go through this again as an extreme trial. Yeah, the Valigarmanda would be way stronger then. 10 tank busters a second, etc, etc, go on.
How can you say that? 80 years couldn't have made that much of a difference. Oh, who am I kidding? Papa's still the best.
I'm sure you'll surpass him one day.
You're right about that. Just need a few more battles like this one under my belt.
The Sky Ruin lies dead, and still, I've yet to prove myself the miracle.
Well, I suppose we should head back and join Erenville.
We did leave him with only Sarelja for company.
It started snowing while we were gone? Are you serious? Your proud expressions bespeak a successful hunt. Not that I am surprised in the least. Zorozha came back earlier but left almost immediately with Sarelja in tow. He seems disinclined to share in any victory celebrations. That's nothing unusual for Zorozha. No, it's Bakul Jaja that concerns me. He's probably far ahead now, making the most of the mayhem he caused. I still can't believe he did something so evil just to slow us down. If we hadn't slain Valigarmanda, it wasn't just Upako Pacha at risk, there would have been deaths across the entire continent. I'm more certain than ever that Bakul Jaja cannot be allowed to rule. I have to catch him and take back my keystone. Alright, that is... we've got about 20 minutes to go. We've probably got a checkpoint of some sort in the near future. Thancred would suggest sharing the news of your victory. The Orkney must still be anxious, wondering where and when Valley Armanda will strike next. I suggest we hurry back and allay their fears. Alpha knows as well, I should think. Yes, you're right. We shouldn't let them worry another moment. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gerferl.
To the temple, then?
That won't be necessary. Heroes of the hour. Valley Armanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valley Armanda's prison. How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
What more would we test, Zulmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Kulul Jaja, then no one is. Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
I suppose you were so big that they just had to give you 2 keystones to give away instead of 1.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valley Armanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokui. May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as we enter this new age.
Was never much of a talker, our brother. If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
Ha! I'll consider it. If It's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
You'll be the feast organizer for Wuklamart then? Oh come on, no one has a snarky comment for Koana. Oh hey.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
I honestly forgot that he shows up.
You... Wuklamart, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valigarmanda, but the quiet skies proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea. That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams. Yes, we have records of our forebears and their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
What did your forebears see?
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict. Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess. A statue so tall, even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
Sophia?
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Wook Evu shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams, nor dreamers.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel. But after they were ravaged by disease and saw fewer newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory. Once our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Dawntrail next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt.
True, but it's still nice to show good manners where you can.
Farewell, Wook Lamat. I do not think our paths will cross again.
I don't think Vopolo and his brethren will suddenly have a change of heart about Tuliolo, but that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. Today is proof of that. I think it's time we return to Tuliolo. After scaling Tural's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death, even dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. The respite would be most welcome. I believe I hear the forward cabins calling our names. Sure, we could go, but we have about 10 minutes or so left of the stream. I really want to do some Aether Current collection. Murfurler. So apparently we put you out of a job. Murfurler regards you with a mixture of reverence and uncertainty. Great and mighty Ibuki, I have heard tell of your victory over Valigamanda. You protected our land for that, and I, Murfurler, express my deepest gratitude. I only wish I could have seen that battle with my own eyes. As a warrior of Yokhui, I cannot fathom how one of your diminutive stature laid low the fearsome Skyruin. Thus do I ask if you would demonstrate your martial prowess. I have a bird on my shoulder. I thank you for this honor. Of late, hulking monsters have been sighted south of the Shades of Grief, endangering all who travel along the road. I bid you snuff out this threat that I might see for yourself how you subdue your foes. I shall go there now. Join me when you are prepared. As long as it isn't dealing 1 red damage over and over. Oh, I wasn't done up there. Darn. Oh, hey, it's the black chocobo. Glad to see you did not lose your way. As for this one, it made the mistake of picking a fight with me. There was another, but unlike its comrade, it had the good sense to flee. Not far, however. It stalks us from the shadows, yet thirsting for blood. These beasts are formidable indeed, possessed of strength equal to their keen senses. I would have you hunt down the one that remains. Follow its tracks to the southwest. Doubtless it will reveal itself to what it will see as a smaller, less challenging foe. Alright, you know what, the flame burns no more. I'm just looking up online for somewhere that'll tell me what the dialogue for this quest is. But it looks like none of the sites have it mentioned properly. I know that some sites do. Ooh! We have a new attack, and I didn't get to see the whole thing because I... I don't see anything about it, but I'd probably have to play Orogadin to this level to figure it out. Impressive, Ubuki. Not once did you falter before the towering Halopin. Quick to react and adapt you were indeed. Yes, I have seen all I need to see. Now that the threat is no more, let us return to Warla's Echo. Before I head off, let's just 188 the Darn it! When I was following the ether pointer out, I could have used this compass. Immediately following the calamity, an adventurer returning to Gridania from Falcon's Nest in Querthus claims to have happened upon a den of baby behemoths who had lost their mother. Despite objections from family and friend alike, she kept the beasts, eventually training them to serve as mounts. Do not presume to provoke the behemoth to battle. You will die. Now it's 150 to the west. Now northwestish. There. I'm sure there's some that we're missing. North. Still to the north. Alright, you know what? I think after we pick up this ether current, I am going to head back to the main city. I'm going to try and find some time to stream during the week. It won't be a major story stream, it'll just be collecting ether currents and ether current quests that I've missed. Because I do want to have flying available. I don't want to... It's not something, I feel like it's something I need to show on screen and not just do it off screen. So let's just go talk to Wooklamart, or whoever it is that's waiting for us, and get our room at the forward cabins. I'll take the opportunity to think on some things. No sooner did we set foot back in Tuliolo than I felt the weight of recent events set in all at once. I'm definitely due for a long nap. I won't say no to clean sheets and a soft pillow. There are still 2 feats to go. We want to face them refreshed and ready for action. Welcome back to Tuliolo. Your cabins are waiting for you. Rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Will you be heading to the palace, Wooklamart? Wooklamart, did you hear me? Lost in her own little world, it seems. Well, no matter, I'll be back soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. Wow, we're actually banned from entering our own cabins at this point because it has got to be some sort of plot significant thing happening. I don't know whether I'd call these particularly secure, is the thing. I feel like someone who was determined enough with a flying mount could break into your back room, but who's gonna break into Ibuki's back room? Welcome back, Mistress Mita. Your cabin is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. It feels like you could just dive off the side into the ocean if you wanted to, but then how would you get back in? You left your keys back in your room.
You have a moment?
No, I'm waiting for the phone repairman.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about. So,
Do you want to call the esthetician? You can do that easily.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what.
You dork.
We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air, that's what we need.
Oh yeah, yes, very important plot development. We absolutely had to see Wooklamart making a goofball out of herself. Okay, if I talk to you now, you might end up following me and that'll delay ending the stream. Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I could feel the walls closing in. I know, I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Tuliolo. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the Resplendent Quarter and make our way up from there. Okay, I think this is actually somewhere where I can end the episode properly, so until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around. I'm sure she won't mind waiting an entire week, but yeah, I do mean it. I will find some other time to cram in a stream. Snow, you don't have to worry about it if you can't attend because I start it too soon or too late. I don't intend to do any plot, I just want to get my hands on ether currents. So, until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.